So we're busy discussing stakeholders, and here we have our stakeholder identification table, and that divides stakeholders into users and beneficiaries, governance, providers, and influencers. And we've already decided that users and beneficiaries on a salience model are going to be placed up here because you need to manage them closely. All right, high power, high interest. They are people with high power and high interest. Okay, let's go back here and go and look at governance. These are your auditors. These are your steering groups. These are your regulatory panels, of which we have many, many, many. One would consider, for example, environmental groups and people like that. Okay, boards. Okay, so where are we going to place governance? Okay, so governance, I suspect that governance, you just need to keep governance satisfied. Okay, so we're going to put them there and we're going to call them governance. All right, governance up there, keep them satisfied. Okay, then we're going to go up to providers and suppliers. Okay, providers and suppliers, providers being suppliers and partners. Okay, and these are quite important. Okay, and I would suggest that those you need to manage those closely as well. Okay, you need to manage them quite closely. So we're putting users there, and we're putting what did we call these guys? We call them providers. Okay, all right. So I'm going to call them providers. Okay, users and providers up there, manage closely. Right, let's look at the other. So we've looked at these three. Let's look at influencers, media, trade unions, local interest groups. Okay, and these guys, obviously, you're only going to monitor them. Okay, you're going to monitor them. So these guys, what do we call them? These are called the influencers. You just have to monitor them. So we'll put them down there. Now you may change your policy. Okay. Here we go. You may change your policy in that you might want to put your providers down here to keep them informed, okay, as opposed to, or you might want to put governance down there. It's all up to you. But these are the quadrants you would place them in as part of your stakeholder management. Now, allow me to show you your assessment on day 3, where we, in fact, do stakeholder mapping. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's go and have a look at the stakeholder register. What you are required to do on day 3, and I hope you can remember this on the 25th, which is in 20 days' time, 19 days' time. Okay, you're going to you only have to fill in the yellow blocks on that day, okay? So I hope you're looking at, if you look here, you're going to be able to answer it quite easily. So how do I know whether John Smith is internal or external? Well, the clue is I look at editors to hire Pty Limited. Clearly, he's a supplier, okay? So he's going to be an external stakeholder, hey? His analysis group is, do you keep him informed? Do you meet his needs? Is he a key player, etc.? I would say he is a key player, okay? All right, because he's a supplier, okay? Now remember, your answers may differ slightly, but all I'm looking for in the assessment is consistency here. All right, so for example, his role or job title, is he a sponsor? Well, he's a supplier. There we go. So that's what you're going to be doing with your assessment. Here, it stops the recording.